Hello everyone, thank you for joining me and joining High Vibe. I am Tamara Jean, your wellness astrologer and soul architect here, and the pressure is building. We've got the moon in Aquarius. It is Friday, August 8th, 2025, and this energetic tune-in or check-in is through Monday the 11th. And so there's so much happening this weekend with the cosmic energetic landscape. Of course, a big highlight is the full moon in Aquarius happening on Saturday. And this full moon is, it is very Aquarian. Like, I tune into the energy and I get this image of David Bowie and that song that he sings, Under Pressure. And like, that's literally just the line and the melody that kind of keeps looping when I tune into this energy. And I see him, with just very, he's super, he's very much the embodied archetype of Aquarius, right? And so I'm seeing him in kind of more of a galactic vibe, and where he's done makeup and had that like lightning bolt painted right on his face. And it's like how this energy is, but the pressure, like the cosmos really initiating this pressure that may be feeling. And of course, with the moon gaining, right, and becoming full to its capacity here soon. And so that very fullness and feeling that pressure, and of course all the transits that we have with Mars opposing Saturn and Neptune, right? It's pushing against Saturn and Neptune. It's kind of testing that balance. And not through force, right? It is through it with the Libra influence, and kept getting like grace under pressure. It is such a different energy. And we have, Venus has now joined Jupiter in gate 39 in the current human design transit, in the gate of provocation. And that is, the root center having that internal pressure and this expansion. And of course, that conjunction getting stronger. But with this full moon, that pressure to, right, not to crush you, like we can feel sometimes, but to reveal you. And with the Mars also trining Uranus and Pluto, bringing those breakthroughs, right, inspired change. And Mercury, thankfully, will be stationing direct on Monday as well, bringing some clarity back, and especially around our voice, right, and creative expression. The Sun is still in gate 7 and the Earth in gate 13. And so this being where we're still, focusing how we're leading, right? Being aware if we're leading from soul, right? In soul, truth, and integrity, or is it coming from ego? There is so much that is being revealed to everyone and differently, and of course to the collective, that is connected with that false light overlays and the distortion, with that alien interference from long ago. It's really, there's definitely an awakening happening, that the way that I'm seeing David Bowie in that particular outfit, right, and presenting his energy, presenting that way, with the symbol of the lightning bolt, like there are, and I feel like too with the Uranus connections that are happening, in the energetic landscape of those like direct hits, can be like those ahas, this is like a liberation moment, right, for your authentic self, your authenticity, your individuality, and really any patterns that dull you from your authenticity is what this full moon is about. And it has a lot of, like, I hear oomph behind it, a lot of power behind it. And this video, it is simply hypnotic channel. And I like how, you know, there in the sleep, we've got this beautiful galactic vibe, right? And the sparkling orbs like in her hair. I immediately, for some reason, connect to the Pleiades with this imagery. It's encoded with 963 hertz. So connecting with the higher self. And I feel like there is an opportunity with this full moon in Aquarius for a greater connection with your higher self and your soul intelligence, but the integration of higher self in through the release of the patterns and energies that have been holding you back, right, or dulling your authenticity, dimming your light. And so we're navigating, and that, especially with this opposition between Mars and Saturn, Neptune, of like when to pause, you know, when to take action. We're really navigating that, when to trust the timing. And Venus and Jupiter contributing with that heart-led energy and expanding, restoring emotional connection. And so, right, all of the landscape together really guiding us to liberating, breaking free of these false light distortions and codes and patterns, mental and trauma loops that have been built upon false codes, and I will say false memories even. And not to say that you haven't experienced in like real time, you know, traumatic experiences. This is a point of origin that you're being guided to tune into, to release and resolve and dissolve at the root, as it was a false light coding, memory producing, well, that then replicated into the false light patterns, right, emitted from the distorted code. And as that's running in your field, in your system, it will then begin to, right, form the belief based on those distorted codes and patterns. And all of it, it's like a chain reaction. And then to have experiences that express that pattern and belief, and so that you're having conscious memories of, and having actual like experiences. So let's say in this life, experiencing physical or physical experiences of all of that based in this mental trauma loop that's rooted in distortion to feed the original false implant interference. And so you may be experiencing where, you know, I've talked to several clients that have experienced a releasing of like a metallic type energy from somewhere, you know, within their system or in their field. And that's like a key signature of this interference, is the more kind of mechanical, metallic nature of it. And so you may be experiencing, you know, different expression of that. And so things like that may become heightened for you. And so you may become more sensitive, right? And as I feel our emotional awareness, especially with the Venus-Jupiter conjunction, gets stronger and stronger and is exact on Monday, which of course the timing that then Mercury will station direct, that I feel there's this, and maybe this is when there will be more of those like aha moment or like breakthrough, as that return to clarity starts to happen. And it almost is like this tuning in to within your emotional body, and like the I keep hearing like emotional honesty, authenticity, just within the heart center. And there's an attunement there that's going to take place, is what I keep seeing in the heart center, with this Venus-Jupiter conjunction on Monday and Mercury stationing direct. It's like something clicks into place, right, in a good way. And so to really use this energy, right, it has all this energy, Venus and Jupiter in gate 39, Sun in 7 with the leadership with integrity, and the Earth in gate 13, gate of the listener, where you're really listening to others' stories and even of your own, in more with compassion, that it has that pressure and grace signature. So with that being said, you know, to like visualize yourself standing in the illumination of the full moon, and feel into like where in your life you feel the pressure, and or like where you've been most held back, allowing the light of the Aquarius full moon to illuminate that for you. And then imagine a door opening there, and see what happens. So that is something that you can do. You can ask, like, what is this pressure revealing about my truth? And where are you feeling it in your life? And start asking those questions. And thirdly, to open your heart to receive and reciprocate divine abundance come Monday with that Venus and Jupiter conjunction. Because I feel, you know, there's so much rewriting that's happening. Of course, the South Node is still in gate 47 in the mind center, and it's being expressed through the 2 line. And so like that hermit, right? It's more internal. So a lot of rewrite of how you show up and service, and the North Node in the gate of grace, being gate 22, being expressed through the 2 line. So I'm like always thinking, I've seen 222 so much recently. And I love that, you know, in angel numbers, that is where like everything is working out like for the highest good for everyone involved. And so this is where you got to trust, right? These energies are to where we trust the divine timing. We have to trust ourselves. We have to trust our soul. Trust in when it is a sacred pause. Trust in following through with the aligned action, and when it becomes inspired. So really allow this full moon to it wants to set something free within you and around you. So perhaps it could be if you're resonating with that alien intelligence interference that has taken place, and this can be the energy that supports you in dissolving those layers, right? Or it can be however it's meant for you, but it's something really big that is ready to be set free. That's what I'm really picking up on. Myrrh. So myrrh it's the oil of Mother Nature. It's support. And right, in the true statement is I move forward with divine grace. So like I said, all this energy really has the signature of grace and pressure. So and it helps you in connecting with the earth, right? And it's a very grounding oil. Let's see if what comes out to work with it or complement it, because the trigger statement is I'm not supported, and right, that's the shadow and the loop that's talking, the story loop, and it can be like right there, and really to acknowledge it for what it is and allowing it to dissolve into consciousness. You know, I always recommend and take my clients through working with gold and white gold, diamond light, work a lot with coriander. So coriander is interesting, is that light is shining, making like a cross at the top of it's very interesting. Integrity, right? Honoring the self. You create your way. And so opportunity with this Aquarius full moon is dissolving those false light overlays and those old stories, right? That the external, like something outside of you has power over you, and to get tuned into your own power and start embodying it. And you know, that is definitely a really big lesson that we are being taught and receiving, experiencing with Pluto, and also with Pluto being in that gate 41 in the root center, gate of imagination, right? It's like a whole new beginning, like at the very beginning of the drawing board, and it is in the one line. And so your true expression, your true self at the very, very beginning. So that's why it's coinciding with this, the false light that is revealing itself and getting to that point of origin. And of course, I've got with this Aquarius energy, I had to pull out the Star Seed Oracle, And we have, let's see, you got the love. I love that. You see, very soft and feminine, has both masculine and feminine in here. Hadarian energy. And there's also, of course, boundaries with this. And this is, I feel, in helping, assisting, and connecting with that divine love frequency within you during this. It's part of that Saturn, Neptune, and gate 25 with that return. And it's still in the 4 line. And so in connecting with others. And I feel like there is a focus, of course, on like soul community and of course soul aligned relationships. You know, and that being, there's a connection too with the Venus-Jupiter conjunction. I feel with that and with the value and setting boundaries. It doesn't, right, with that rewrite and reframe of showing up and how you serve, right, the self-sacrifice story, or over giving, overdoing, all of those old patterns, to release them with this full moon, and that you are in your full divine self-expression. And that'll really get that opportunity with Mercury stationing direct and Jupiter-Venus conjunction, and where you honor your sacred container, if you will, and right then you serve others with your overflow, right? Imagine like you're the cup and there's a saucer, and your cup has to remain full, right? And those others drink from the overflow in the saucer, okay? And then your life is a canvas. What a beautiful confirmation of, I was talking about going at that very point, right? The very beginning. And I like it, creative accountability. And there is a great amount of accountability held within the sovereign. It is taking ownership, responsibility, and accountability that you are the creator, because you are God in human form, creating consciously or unconsciously. You are creating all the time, right? And now it's okay, now I am remembering, like, actually, I'm sure you've been told it 1,000 times or more, but to really believe it and embody it, right, is different. And so use this full moon energy to release those stories and old patterns and those mental loops, trauma loops that have been running in your system and in your field, so that you can really begin to return and reconnect to your original eternal flame. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you back here on Tuesday.